Hey, what's up, everybody? My name's Anthony Alavis. It's Wednesday, July 23rd. Hope everybody had a great day today. Whatever you did, well, whether it's you're at work, on vacation, whatever it may be, hope you had a blessed day. Today's the first day of Raider training camp. The players hit the field today, this morning, wrapped it up. First day, everything went well, as you can imagine. Without pads, pads will be on next week. So we'll get a true sense next week of what the Raiders are made of. What can running back Ashton Jeanty do? For all intents and purposes, he's opening eyes. No surprise. You're going to get with a high draft pick, with him in the backfield with Geno Smith calling the plays. But, for all intents and purposes, there's not much really to say today. Deshaun Reed out to the Athletic had his practice report. He noted that obviously Christian Wilkins did not practice today because of injuries. He's on the PUP list. Also, Theron Mudford didn't practice. Undisclosed reason why he didn't practice today. But Jermaine Pratt, Jamal Adams did practice along with four other veterans, according to Reed, on his observations today. According to him, team drills were evenly matched between the offense and defense. It is, in his words, uneventful practice. That's what you're going to get on the first couple days, because you're really not going to see much. Fans who's going to be in attendance tomorrow will get maybe a little bit of a taste of what's to come, but you really don't get much without pads. Pads, you hear the popping of the sound, and hitting, talking trash. That's one of the reasons why, I don't go to training camp. The last training camp I went to, oh gosh, I don't think I've been to one in Henderson. I think the last one was in Napa, and that was like years ago before the Raiders moved to Vegas. And, when I was in Napa, I didn't get a true sense of, what's happening, who's taking the number one reps, all this other stuff, because really it's you fans who get to see in their preseason games of who's going to be leading at that area position. So obviously you could pencil in Geno Smith to start the season as a quarterback. Why would you bitch him? When you traded for him for the Seattle Seahawks. I'm trying to think of what else here. What I'm going to touch on is safety Jamal Adams. Now, I wrote a story for the Yardbarker. I've been writing a lot of Raider stories lately for the Yardbarker. Take a look if you haven't. Talk about what John Spidek said this morning on Raider Nation Radio 920 with Vincent Montior, Clay Baker, and so forth. He talked about that they're going to use him, in different aspect, being at the line of scrimmage, and that's fine. But my question about Jamal Adams is, can he stay healthy? Now, look at his injury history. He hasn't stayed healthy all season, except for his first two seasons with the Jets when he first entered the league. Ever since, it's been anything but. He got injured in that season opener against the Broncos. Played 9 games in the final season with the Seahawks, and last year just barely, to be honest. So he put out a video saying that, not saying, but he's looking good. But the thing is, can he sustain the NFL rigors of the whole season? Because the Raiders are going to need him. He's going to make the roster. There's no doubt about it. They're going to use him a lot if he can stay healthy. And that's the key. If he can stay healthy, that's for everybody. Last year Max Crosby got injured. I'm expecting him to play every game this year. But the topic here is Jamal Adams. Can he stay healthy? The Raiders really need him. If they're going to use, especially when you don't have Christian Wilkins for possibly first 4 games of the season. Jamal Adams, 1 year, he had 9.5 sacks. Staying on topic of Jamal Adams, just think that he needs to stay healthy. There's no doubt about that, because he's injury prone. No player likes that term, injury prone. And I feel like he owes it to Pete Carroll to stay healthy. If the Raiders could get at least 15 games out of him, that's a win. No doubt about that. But, the big question mark is, can he stay healthy? We don't know. We'll see. I expect him to play a lot of preseason games. Um, First game of the season, first preseason game of the season. I think so. Maybe first 2 quarters to get him going. Then you might want to ease him up there in a preseason game. You want to keep him relatively healthy against the Patriots in the season opener. But for now, the Raiders need to be careful with Jamal Adams. Uh, you know, just there's no way of saying it. And I think the Raiders, if the Raiders could get him to stay healthy, then this defense could do some damage. Now, it really depends on what the offense does, but I'll touch on the offense later on. But Jamal Adams, I'll touch on Jermaine Pratt pretty soon too. I think that was another big acquisition by the Raiders. I felt that the linebacker was pretty weak until they signed him, but we'll talk about that pretty soon. But anyways, I just want to talk about Jamal Adams, and I did. Let me know what you think about Jamal Adams. What do you expect from him? Hit the like, subscribe button. My name is Anthony Galaviz, and I'll come at you tomorrow again.